get that, and I went right in after I reloaded
Hey
the app.
everybody, we are live on Facebook.
Oh, great.
And,
Great. So we're waiting for the speaker to arrive. I'm Melinda Sigel, and welcome to 1 Million Cups. And if you guys want to just chat for a little bit longer, that's fine. She said she'd be here between 9 o'clock and 9:05.
Salante. Our fearless leader, Donnell Johns, is on it.
You know, I'm being recorded, and we finally found a job Donnell handles well.
Oh,
Okay?
oh
We
John.
finally found perhaps his highest and best use, which is taking care of us every Wednesday morning.
That's true.
Okay? And he's such a gentleman, he doesn't even respond. Just ignores me. It's perfect.
He's
But-
multitasking, probably.
Not only that, he called me on my birthday, by the way.
Wow.
What a super guy, right? Isn't he unique?
He is super.
Gosh, I hope he's not listening right now.
And I hope it's not on tape, right?
I don't mind. Everything I said is true. I don't have
Yep.
to remember anything.
Marnie's here.
Yay. Has everyone felt that people are out of town?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've had this conversation that
Yeah.
in previous years, I was talking last night to Tony, and he said July was a really challenging month.
Right. July and the first half of August.
July and August. Yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just to let everybody know, we're live on Facebook.
Yeah,
Sure.
we know.
We're waiting for Myosha. She's our speaker. She's dropping her daughter at camp.
Donnell, listen to the comments when you listen to the recording that were made just a few minutes ago. Okay, just I ask you to do that as a friend, okay? Just in the beginning. You'll hear some words that are so far from the truth, but they were said about you, dude.
In the meantime, if everybody would like to sign in on the chat, that would be great. Because we will probably also want to use the chat for attendance since we can't sign into the app.
Right. And 1 Million Cups surveys us every week asking for us to report in on attendees. So it's definitely good to have that information.
And I can't do that until later because
How we doing? How we doing, beautiful people? It's been a minute since I've seen everyone. It's good to see the team. It's definitely good to see John and excuse me, I can't even get it out. The Johns. Oh, we got Sarah in here. Uh-oh.
Yep.
Tom. Let me see here. Do we have some new faces? Oh, we got Oscar
we
in
do
here.
have new faces, right?
Vanetta, Ben, let me see who else is in here. Marnie, look at her. She's swinging back and forth. Are you on an elliptical or something?
No, I'm pacing in my kitchen, getting ready to go to my next job, but I'm going to have you guys on the phone while I go.
Okay. John Foster with the fruit and vegetables behind him.
Always good to see you, Donnell.
How we doing, Lisa? It's good to see you. AJ, I haven't met you before, but welcome, my friend.
Thank you.
It's not
John.
fair. I can't see anybody because I've got the screen up for the presentation.
So who are we waiting on and why?
We're waiting on Myosha, and she's today's speaker.
She's our MC or she's
Yeah,
our
I'm the
presenter?
MC. She's the presenter.
Today, Donnell.
Okay.
I mean, I could start, but we might come to a void, so we might as well just wait a few more minutes.
Sure.
She said she'd be here no later than 9:05.
That'll work.
So to John Foster for a moment, you've gotten the emails from me and Larry, one of our future
Yes.
presenters.
Yes, indeed.
So
Welcome to the team.
And then I think Gwen had signed up as well to be a presenter. She should.
Super.
Yes, I saw that, John. Thank you.
Okay, great.
We've had a number of folks, including Lisa.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that too.
So,
Lisa's presenting?
Yes, you can either thank John or blame John, one or the other.
I'm excited. I've
know,
heard
it's-
it before. It's
I'll
great.
take the credit and the blame, but it's a twofer.
I'm taking the leap and finally doing it. So thank you.
So what are you presenting, Lisa?
Well, I don't know. I guess I'm gonna be paired with someone to help me with the template or
Yeah.
something like that. I've
I
been thinking
mean, is
about
it your business?
Yeah, it's my business.
What's your business?
It's called DC Fempreneur. It's a member organization and community that supports female entrepreneurs.
Very nice. Very nice.
Yeah,
I'd love
and
to be the
of
one to
your
help you if you'd like.
Thank you, Melinda. So one of the past presenters, very similar to DC Fempreneur, Rowan Tree. So Kate and Amy are both members of DC Fempreneur, but what I think makes DC Fempreneur different is we don't have a physical space. So, we're a community and we do in-person and online things that we don't have a workspace. So I think my presentation will be different for sure.
You're a different kind of community. You're a
It's-
virtual
it is
community.
different. Yeah, and I feel like my challenge question is going to be very different than theirs too. I've been thinking about this too. I also sent an email to John. As soon as I submitted my application, I literally forwarded it to him and I said something like, "Kill me now." I view it as like a TED Talk. I'm super freaked out about it, like very nervous.
You do fine.
I think you're do amazing. I think
I
do
agree.
me a favor and text me right
Okay.
now, 720-299-5946.
Are you hearing that, ladies? Are you getting that?
It's on Facebook.
Okay, say it again, Donnell, 703.
720-299-5946.
Oh, 720
Yep.
299. Okay.
Yeah, let's make some time to talk. I like what you're doing. And it's similar to what we do at Veterans Grow America.
Okay.
So when I called Lisa, my call to Lisa was asking her to become one of our new ambassadors.
Yeah.
John Foster
yes.
is a brand new ambassador. In fact, he's already now a second new presenter. Last week, when we met on Wednesday and we put up the schedule of future presenters, we had no future presenters in any of the time slots. Okay. And since then, Myosha stepped forward to speak today, we hope. But through a lot of people's efforts, we're now actually booked. I think maybe Larry, I promised August 4th. We haven't reviewed his application, but I'll make sure the application is fine. The group meets Monday morning, and I'm sure everyone will have voted already. But August 4th, I think, is we're booked now through August 4th. And so I'm chatting with Lisa, who confesses her fear of presenting. And even though other people in the room know you much better, and you heard votes of confidence a minute ago, Lisa, just from what I heard, I told you that you'll do great. And anyway, but I called her to be ambassador and she graciously said yes. And then she says, and on top of that, I'm willing to take the plunge. It's time for me to present. So July 28th.
Great.
Yeah, we'll see. Well, I thought it was a really good idea for the ambassadors to establish something like that. I think it might have been, besides myself, I think it might have been also Gresham's idea. Wasn't he on that week, guys? Do you guys remember that?
Yes.
The week there wasn't a presenter and we were
Yes.
kind of doing a round table discussion.
Gresham is also an ambassador.
Right.
Yeah. And
Right.
so we both kind of suggested something like that, where you have a team of people who are, it kind of reminded me of, like Russ, right? For the Fairfax Chamber, like he's, their ultimate connector. So I felt like the ambassador idea was a solid concept to move
Well,
forward with.
What's
And you
great-
guys know a lot of people, so you can help find presenters for us. And
Yeah, Kevin Crawford with Nude Organics was a referral of mine. How did he do? I wasn't able to attend, but he said it went well.
fabulous. If you want to see the video, we can send it to you.
Okay, well, I think it's posted on the website, right?
It is.
Okay.
It is.
Yeah. No, but I mean, when I meet somebody and I think that they would be a good fit, I definitely do encourage them to apply.
I've been to several different groups lately, and there's a lot of groups that claim to do what we do, and they charge a lot of money for what we do. And we're doing this for free.
It's
Right.
true. They're mastermind groups that just
Yeah.
specialize in that. And it's
And
nice that we can do this for entrepreneurs.
and just the feedback that we get from John Yu and John Rutenberg alone, I'd pay $100 a month for.
Donnell, you got to stop talking like that. You can talk about John Yu that way. I don't know about that, but I just feel honored. And apropos to Lisa's earlier comment about the ideas coming up in that meeting and the idea of the ambassador, one of the great things about the volunteers that meet Monday is across the board, we're the first to say we don't really have all the answers. And so when the opportunity occurred for us, we had no presenter, but what we had was a problem, a challenge, and we brought it to the group. I couldn't be there, but the feedback I heard from the volunteers the next Monday was awesome. That what a great meeting it was, that people had different ideas, including the ambassador one. And just like our presenters, you can't take all the ideas and implement them all at once. So we picked a couple and we're trying to work on them. And certainly one of our critical challenges is having a pipeline of presenters. And
Yeah.
so we now have 5. We're happy to add maybe a 6th or 7th ambassador, strategically placed, because we need dispersion. We
I'll have
need folks hitting different areas, geographic areas. We don't need everyone, all 6 ambassadors in one chamber. Perhaps 4 chambers might be the betterment for us, as an example. So anyway, keep that in your thoughts.
One of the things that is important, for people that become a member of this, and then also present the ideas that you get from this, can help you build your strategic plan. It's not that you want to implement everything right away, but there's some ideas that you may implement 6 months from now, or maybe a year from now. But if you put them within your plan, you can make them happen. And also, people get different resources and connections with people that have access to people that you don't, which is huge. Through this network, solopreneurs are now, giants within our community. So, absolutely tap into the resources of the people that, show up to this event. I mean, other entrepreneurs have connections that can open doors for you, which is huge.
Yeah, that's great, Donnell. I also want to remind people who aren't presenting that I learn a lot from everyone else every week, just for my own business and for my own professional development. So
Can one of you guys look in the waiting room? I can't get to it on my screen.
yeah, I'm admitting people as they come in. Don't
Well, that's where Myosha is.
worry.
I'm
She's
texting her.
Good.
not in the waiting room.
That's what she just said. Huh.
I'm not sure what meeting she's in.
In the
Hey,
right
I'm gonna-
room.
Okay, so what I was just gonna say is I was invited as a guest, what was it, 2.5, 3 years ago? And I've been attending ever since, just because it's been great to learn about other businesses and to learn about people's challenges. And that's all been fun. So I highly recommend as Lisa, I'm sure you've learned, is that in addition to presenting and getting good feedback, you can still give people good feedback and you can get an opportunity to learn from everybody here. As Donnell mentioned, there are groups that charge a lot of money to get the accumulated brain power that we have here.
Yeah, I'm one of them. So I'm so excited to be here to help. And I have never seen a community like this before. That's just genuinely, a consultant's most valuable asset is their time. This is all non-billable time for you all. And I think it's really cool to have a safe space to encourage and help people. And I love it. I applied to be an ambassador. I'd love to do it. I know lots of people who are starting, and I think this program is just really cool. John Yu invited me, and I'm just really enjoying getting to know you all. And I'm learning a lot from the different types of businesses that are presenting. So it's been a wonderful experience.
We're really happy to have you, Sarah. I've got good news. Myosha just signed on, so we can start.
Yay.
But Sarah, that's great feedback. Really
Yeah.
awesome to hear that.
It's
So cool.
fabulous.
When you know something very good, you want to spread it to all your friends.
Right. That's right.
So welcome, everybody. We're ready to start. I guess you can't sign into the app today, but if you can sign in on our chat, that way we'll just know that you're here. And if you want to give everybody your contact information, it's a good place to put it. 1 Million Cups is about entrepreneurship, community, and education. Our mission is to lower the barrier of access to education, resources, and connection for all types of new and aspiring entrepreneurs throughout the United States. Our key pillars: presentations, not pitches; authentic connections, not networking. We're run for the community and by the community, by people like all of you. Our culture: it's safe and supportive environment. We are co-owned by all who show up and support radical and intentional inclusivity, organizers, presenters, and attendees. 1 Million Cups is all volunteer-led. We rotate new organizers often, and we fuel your presenter pipeline together as a community. And we thank all of you for helping us fuel our pipeline. A little bit more about us. We send out weekly emails with presenter information. You have an opportunity to share our content online after this meeting, and we hope that you will do that. You can also log into 1 Million Cups right now on Facebook and share it live if you would be able, if you've got the time and the knowledge to do that. And maybe we could teach you how to do that in a future meeting after the meeting. And we really appreciate it when you provide feedback in the chat. Our organizers are Danelle Johns, Jen Dalton, Tony Barnett, Myosha Mandis, John Yu, John Ruttenberg, Renetta Jones, Marnie Miller, and Rosemarie Savino, and myself. Our sponsors today, first I'm going to start with Office Evolution. John, would you like to say a few words?
Yes, thanks, Melinda. Welcome, everyone. I'm John Yu with Office Evolution. We are a co-working space provider in Tysons Corner. We provide fully furnished private office as well as a number of flexible virtual office space options for small business owners. We love the partnership with 1 Million Cups and other small business and local community. We look forward to meeting in person, but in the meantime, we're going to continue to meet in Zoom, and we'd love to continue to support the community. Thank you.
Thank you, John. And here is Lisa Shapiro about NABO and one of our newest, I'm losing my words right now, ambassadors, sorry. Welcome, Lisa.
Oh, I think you mean Lisa Nichols.
Yeah, next, Lisa Shapiro will be sponsor for month of August.
You're right, you're right.
But is Lisa here today?
Not seeing her.
I don't see Lisa on the meeting.
Right.
Okay,
I can certainly speak for NAWBO unless someone else wants to.
that would be great.
Okay, so NAWBO is the National Association of Women Business Owners. The Greater DC chapter, which is located in Northern Virginia, Maryland, DC area, is a great place for women entrepreneurs and women business owners to meet. There's usually a monthly get together, and it's a great space for women business owners to come together for networking and for growing their businesses. I know Lisa was on last week and had great things to share about NAWBO. I would recommend you go to their website, nawbo.org, O-R-G, to learn more. And I want to thank them in absentia for being our coffee sponsor this month.
Thank you. So here's a little bit more about our meeting and what we want you to do next. First, make sure everybody has your microphones on mute. And when it's your turn to ask questions, you'll either use the wave hand icon, raise your hand, or put your question in the chat and you will be called on. If the moderator says your name, please unmute your mic. You can also hold down the spacebar key and then ask your question or your comment. Please make it short and don't spend a lot of time with it because a lot of you are going to have questions and we want to get as many questions and answers into this conversation. And then when you're done, put your mic back on mute and the next person will be up. And I want to welcome Myosha this morning as our presenter, and she is with the T Center.
Thank you, Melinda. So I'm the founder of the T Center. I have actually presented before, but we have a new, lot of changes going on in our industry, and I wanted to put it out to the community and get back your feedback, not just for the T Center, but actually on behalf of the childcare industry. So as you know that we will be having free preschool and pre-K, and we are very excited about that. But at the same time, we're trying to figure out and navigate how the childcare industry can actually survive in that kind of environment, and what we have to do to make ourselves actually survive. Do we stop preschool, pre-K, and just focus on infants, and what makes us stand out? So I would love to get your feedback on ideas. This is the $1 million question in our industry that's going on right now. So a little bit about the T Center. Pictures speak 1,000 words.
I feel good knowing that my son is in a clean and safe place. Feel comfortable knowing that if any issues occurred, if anything happened while he was here, that I would be notified immediately, and that really brings me a lot of peace.
The T Center is more than just a childcare center. It's a place where the kids can call home. It's a place where they can really learn who they are inside. It makes me feel really happy that we can have such an impact on a kid's life.
There are a bunch of people here, and they are all so friendly. The teachers are really friendly, and they all are very, very nice. This whole environment is very, very nice.
T Center is unique in the way that it opens at 6:30 in the morning and it opens until 6:45 in the afternoon. So that extra 45 minutes in comparison to all the other daycares, that really provides a huge comfort for me, knowing that I don't have to rush after work, and all the teacher will make sure that we stay with the kids.
Many places can say their aftercare is run by a Harvard, Oxford educated woman that cares about the environment, that offers skills and wants to share those things. So there's a giving that she offers that I don't think is a commodity that you can get at like other places.
So a little bit about the T Center. I started it about 8 years ago, actually in my home with 5 kids as a home childcare. In 6 months, I had 25 on my wait list. Right now, during the pandemic, A lot of childcare centers closed, but we somehow stayed open and we mastered it. And all our staff are 100% vaccinated. We kept all our families safe. We continue to support our community. And I guess our name got out in the community and we grew, and now we have a wait list, and we are in the process of adding a location 2 in McLean, which will be official in September. So we are very excited about that. We opened preschool about 3 years ago, and during the last 1 year, I know it's the pandemic, but we also went on to add infant program. And now we are licensed from ages 6 weeks all the way up to 5 years. And then we offer before and after school program to 9 schools in McLean, Falls Church, and Vienna, making us one of the biggest school age programs in our area. So right now we are coming actually close to 200 students. What makes us unique is our 3 main pillars, which is socially, emotionally, intellectually. We work on the holistic approach, and we focus on the whole child and every child. So that's what makes us really different. And we have a lot of techniques that we have developed in-house. We are like a fusion of many, and we like to consider ourselves to be the futuristic way of going about with education, using our daily mindfulness yoga, a language immersion program, a high number of enrichments that the children have the opportunity to enroll. So those are our 3 main pillars, and that's what we work on. So these are some of our building blocks. We are very academic oriented. I tell families when they come to tour, if you hear of a place that says play-based learning, you need to run away, because that's just the daycare. They're not really doing anything. Play is plain, and education is, you can make it play-based, but you've got to keep it separate when it comes to little kids. So you can be influenced by that, but academics is something that we are very proud of. Our children are really, our kindergarten group graduated this time, and at the time of graduation from the kindergarten program, all of them were authors. They had their books published on Amazon, and they took home their hard copy of the book that they have written during the school year. So that was that was really great. So we really believe in building a really strong foundation and giving the children the tools for success. We focus a lot on character through our mindfulness, the yoga, and our leadership program with our 7 levels of leadership that the children work on. So we do transport to, we actually have added another school, 9 schools in McLean, Falls Church, and Vienna. We work with PTAs in all of those schools. As I mentioned, we are one of the biggest school age programs in the area that works with so many Fairfax County public schools. And we always get calls to add more, but we're staying at 9. That's as far as we can go right now. It's a lot of coordination. So right now we are running under the pandemic schedule, but we are looking forward to going back to our 6:45 a.m. to 6:45 p.m. schedule when the pandemic gets lifted. Our pandemic schedule is 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. due to all the protocols that we need to follow at the before and after and during the school to keep all our families safe. So, those are our hours that we look forward to going back to. We are year-round program. We do offer all of these languages, and we offer Arabic as an enrichment as well. So our program is language immersion. And we do offer 15 to 20 enrichment classes every fall and spring, all the way from music programs, ukulele, guitar, piano, Spanish, French, Arabic. We even offer spa classes, culinary skills, 2D art, 3D art, you name it. Your children sewing, knitting. I mean, the children have the opportunity to try such a wide range of enrichments and really test out their skills and see what they really like. So that is something that we're really proud of. We offer winter camps, we offer summer camp, which actually is on a wait list. We are very happy to see that our summer camps are so full. And we offer spring camps. These are some of the things that we include in our curriculum, you know, with languages, math, you know, science. We work with Dr. Boyd for many years, and he was actually the former president of the National Chemical Society. The children learn about world cultures. They pretend they're on a cruise ship and they go to different countries every month and they learn about different cultures. And then they learn the presentation skills. So they present about the different countries to their group, and their group gives them positive feedback. We do reading engagement where, you know, we right from age 2, they start building their reading skills on primary phonics all the way up. Reading is a big part. Our library has thousands of books. We're really proud of our reading program. We're really proud of our writers workshop. They work really hard. And as I mentioned, in the kindergarten, they're publishing their books. And the pre-K did a joint book together. All the children contributed an article and they all published a book in pre-K as well. So we are really encouraging our young minds to take that next step. At the T Center, everybody gets the opportunity to be a leader. We always encourage great ideas. The children tell us what we should do. They even give me great marketing ideas. So all the young, brilliant minds, you know, we really encourage our children to think outside the box. And we have a student board, we have a student president, they run for office there. We have a vice president, a social coordinator, all in the school age program between the ages of 5 to 12. They take on their leadership roles. They take the initiative to run charity programs. They tell us which charity we should focus on. So we're giving these children such a lot of opportunity to grow and think and really be leaders in the community and out there in the world. So at the T Center, we believe this is where the leadership starts. And we really love seeing that kind of initiative. No, I have many parents who come and say, oh, my child is shy. And I always laugh and say, not for too long, not at the T Center. I don't see any shy children there. Physical fitness, all the way from yoga, mindfulness, outside playground. We do basketball camp, we do track. So we do a lot of activities around building that physical fitness. Mindfulness is our big foundation, a building block. All our teachers are trained in mindfulness. They go through a training program, and all the children from age 2 onwards start doing the mindfulness. You will not believe what a wonderful job they do. At our holiday concerts, they perform and they teach their parents to do mindfulness. In the past, pre-pandemic, we've had children having workshops on mindfulness for their parents. So it's just leadership and building mindfulness into their daily life and making it a habit. And we believe it starts at a young age. On-site enrichment classes, we are one of the most popular in the area because we have so many, and we cover pretty much all the areas. For on-site enrichment classes, children ages 2 all the way up to 12 years have access to different levels of enrichment classes. We do have a fun music program as well. You know, all the children are exposed to that music program, the little kids, and the older kids get to practice ukulele and everything. All the meals are included. In our summer camp, we believe laughter is the best medicine, and we dedicate 30 minutes of our camp to doing nothing but laughing. And we do have some fun activities that the children do, and they just do nothing but laughing. So we call it our laughing time. All the children learn how to do presentations from the young age, so that when they're old, they say that giving presentations is one of the #1 fears in the world. And so we start young, and by the time they're graduating out of our school, they're very young, confident. You know, they're really amazing. I mean, I wish I had that opportunity when I was that young, but it's great to see that. So these are some of the fun activities. We have so much going on, and every year we are adding more. We have our own parent group, school age group, preschool group, parent board. And so our parents are heavily involved and they support our program and they give us ideas, and every year we are evolving and changing. These are some of the testimonials. We must have over 50 reviews on Google and other sites. And I know parents want to express how much they love us. Sometimes I see our parents talking about the T Center on Mom's Group. It's really nice to see how much they believe in what we do. If a new parent comes and posts a comment like, have you heard about the T Center? What do you think about the T Center? I see some of the parents going and say, oh, my child is over here and I don't even have to do anything. I just watch that, and it's really nice to see that they really believe in the T Center, and they believe that we are all part of this family and we are together. So I think I made this presentation some time back. I'm actually at 30 staff members right now, since we have grown, and we are adding a lot of teachers. We might be close to 50 by the end of this year, as we are adding 2 schools. And we do have a parent board. We have a school age parent board. We also have a student board. We have a really good incentive program where all the people in our school, the teachers and the assistant teachers, have the opportunity for growth, which they really love. And the program is such that they all have a chance to get involved in the school. We market mostly, we do weekly open houses. Right now we are doing it 3 times a week. We used to do it just 1 time a week because of the COVID. We can only do 1 family at a time. So we had to spread out our open houses. And that comes, most of the people who come to the open house are coming from online and referrals. We work with the PTAs and because we provide before and after school, and that's another big way that we market for the T Center. And so I'm putting out the question, how does T Center or any private childcare industry survive? Right now we are thriving, but in the next 1 or 2 years, it's going to change drastically for us. It's very hard to compete with free preschool and pre-K. We really don't know what's happening. Every state is supposed to be different. I don't know if the public schools are going to partner with daycare, because from what I understand, they are not offering a full-time childcare, and we are not going to be transporting 3 and 4-year-olds children because of the risk and the kind of involvement it takes. But from what I understand, they're going to transport them in buses. So we really want to reach out and find out from the community, what is your feedback and what do you think?
Thanks, Mayosha. Great to hear about the updates with the T Center. Thank you for your presentation. Folks, I will be our moderator today. We do have a little shortened Q&A period. So what I'll ask is, if you have questions, please either physically raise your hand, I can see everybody, or use the little reactions button to raise your hands. I will line folks up in order. And then if you can ask your question for Mayosha, keep in mind that we want to get as much feedback as we can to you. So you don't really need to answer, as you well know. You just need to take the feedback. We've got the chat. I would ask everyone who asks their question to please put your question, suggestion, or comment into the chat, so Mayosha has a running list of it for later. And of course, we always have the recording. So John Foster, I saw your hand go up first, and then Sarah, and then I have a question for you, Mayosha. John.
Great. Thank you, Mayosha. Love the presentation. I saw your first one, and this one it was wonderful. And I got to tell you that the video brought tears to my eyes. It is wonderful to see, and your organization to provide this kind of education. I guess the one thing which maybe I'm living in a closet or something, as far as the free preschool and pre-K, I wasn't even aware of this. So, and I'm focused on other things. So I am just curious a little bit to understand that. And I got to tell you, like with anything, free, I think there's always going to be room in the environment for something other than free. And there will be people out there that want, more than what's just available as a baseline. And you certainly are providing something much higher than a baseline. The other question I have for you is kind of not self-serving, but I'm always curious about nutrition and how you deal with that, because there's allergies and there's a whole bunch of things evolving around that. So I'm just curious on that as well.
Yes, that's a really good question, and thank you for your feedback. Nutrition, we partner with people who are specialized in catering for schools. So we work with them, and we do have the allergies. So all our staff are first aid certified,
right.
match trained, diabetic trained. All the children have to follow the licensing standards for EpiPens and all that. So allergies is a big concern in our industry. We are very mindful, and we do fun thing. We do culinary skills, and actually all our enrichment classes, that is the most popular. They love to eat, the kids. They love to try different types of food. So
Great.
yeah.
Awesome question, feedback, John. Thank you, Sarah. Then I'll go, and then Jennifer Rose, and then John Rutenberg.
Hi, Myosha. Nice to meet you. I have, I'm your target market, right? So I have a 4-year-old and a 7-year-old. I've been to probably 5 day cares in the center. My daughter's in a Montessori now. And my other daughter is at coding camp right now. And we strung together all these different camps this summer. My experience has been, it is a seller's market. Like, we are trying to get on lists where if you don't sign up for camps in February, like, you can't get into good camps. So I haven't heard of the private thing. The free options, but I would agree that those of us who, I think you're a market of professionals in this area, we all feel guilty sometimes about, leaving our kids, and we really want that enriching environment for them. So one of the things that I did for our old daycare is I was just on call to talk to parents who wanted to talk to another parent who had used the service. So I love your site. I love the video. I like to hear from parents and kids why they like it. And you should have, if you don't already, a list of referrals that parents can just call without, you can broker introductions, because really what has made me want to go to a center is just another parent's referral. It's kind of very similar to someone you would choose for a financial advisor, right? It's like, it's a trust and referral based. So, and even though I've left those centers as my children have gotten older, I'm always willing to talk to a new parent who has a newborn, because I know what that's like to drop off a newborn or a toddler, So also, I just slacked my husband and told him we want to get on your list for winter break. So for me, I think you're doing a lot of things right. I would say just keep going and get that network of promoters to encourage other parents,
I like that idea, and I would love to talk to you a little bit about how you go about doing the promoters. You're an ambassador, so I guess we can reach out.
Yes, sure, absolutely.
Awesome. Thanks, Sarah. Great feedback. So Myosha, I'm gonna talk to you a little bit. Then we have Jennifer Rose, John Rutenberg, and Melinda. So I love the update on the T Center. I love what you're doing for children. I wish you had been around when I was a child. I'll just say that for your challenge question, I think the biggest thing to do is really that, what are we providing that the free programs aren't? And I think if you look at some of the current, I'll just use Montessori school as an example, but we have free, kindergarten to 12 education all over the place, but there is a very thriving private school industry that's out there as well. Just, you know, keeping up with the things that you're doing a great job of highlighting what you bring to child enrichment. And I think parents, and Sarah's a great illustration of this, a parent is going to ask later what it costs, because for them, the ROI calculation is not about the money, it's about how they enrich their child's lives. So I think the adding in of, if there's free universal pre-K, if there's, you know, free universal childcare after school programs, right? Which is great, because there is a vast majority of the population that can't afford to send their children to paid programs. I think what you'll find is you're still talking to the same target market. You'll just need to say there are free programs, but this is what we offer that they cannot. And so that's kind of my feedback for you. And I'll put that in the chat. And Jennifer Rose, you're up next.
Yes, I am a private school mama. My boys are now rising sophomore and senior in high school, but they were at Westminster School, kindergarten to 8th grade, and now their current private school. My younger son started at their preschool. The private school market is thriving because public schools, they do what they can do, right? They're teaching to tests now. They're cutting physical education. They're cutting access to art, music, leadership development. You are offering so many wonderful things. That's what you need to focus on. Reminding parents of what you offer that these schools don't. I mean, there's plenty of free public schools out there, and there's always going to be the group of folks that can't afford it, but there's plenty that can. And quite a few of them discovered just how affordable and how important that private schooling option has been, especially this past year coming out of COVID and seeing what a disaster the public schools have been. I'm going to put in the chat because I just learned about it. I'm the incoming Parent Association president at my kids' school, which is a pre-K to 12th grade school. I don't know how I got sucked into that, but I was talking to their admissions director a couple of weeks ago, and she shared with me something they're going to use, and forgive me as I check my notes. It's called Peer Pal, and it's a peer connection network that will allow them to put parents' information on the website that they can just click on, parents who are willing to be contacted to sing the praises of your program. I don't have a lot of information on it, but I'll make sure that I put that in there. Asking, I mean, word of mouth is always the best form of marketing for your type of school. Moms talk, dads talk. There's a lot of transient folks in this area, a lot of government dollars, a lot of foreign folks that strongly believe in that whole private schooling option. So you've got wonderful target audiences to work with. And I will stop because I could keep going on about this forever. I'll put some more stuff in the comments.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, Jennifer, the feedback.
Thank you, Jennifer. Great comments. John Rutenberg and then Melinda.
So first, I want to thank Myosha because a week ago, we didn't have a presenter today, and being the leader that she is, she stepped forward and said, I'll present in no time at all. Of course, was prepared because every day she's prepared because she has all these screaming meanies surrounding her all day. So it must be easy for you to teach leadership because you're an excellent leader. The message that I heard, and I may be echoing some other thoughts, but you build confidence in kids. And that's a great way to differentiate you before you even get to the economic strata that you will serve, because I'm trying to relate everything back to your challenge. Because I once heard this acronym, and I don't know if I get all the letters or not, but it was TINSTOFL. There is no such thing as a free lunch. Someone is paying somewhere, and then it's just a matter of understanding the revenue sources. So as you know, I'm kind of a nuts and bolts person, Myosha, and sort of numbers are my thing. Right. And there are going to be programs that fund those free schools for the economic strata that needs it. And you may have an opportunity to make a business decision that it's an opportunity. Unless it's provided by an extension of the public schools, which maybe I don't know enough to know. But if you can in the future vision out 3 or 4 scenarios of the funding of that, and therefore logistically how you execute it, are they gonna find, companies like you that are respected in their communities to be third-party vendors? Or are they going to extend schools? I don't know the answer to that, but from a strategic point of view, getting with your strategists to think through those scenarios and be positioned and to look at it as an opportunity. If in fact there's profit to be made at that economic strata. Because I agree with the comments that private school is booming and there's a limited supply. And therefore that keeps pricing at a higher level.
Thank you, John. That is good feedback.
My pleasure. And again, thank you. And I love listening. It was amazing. Amazing.
No, thank you.
Awesome comments, John. Thank you. Melinda, you're up next, then Mary Smith. I see your hand up. And Sarah, you had put some additional comments into chat if you want to go after Mary.
Myosha, phenomenal presentation. I loved listening to you after reading it and helping you with it last night. What I wanted to say is one of the things that I always think about is return on investment, like John just talked about, and where do you get your money? And where I focused is where you can get more money and more kind of cool things. And that's sponsorships. Both the local government all the way up to the state government, local businesses that may want to do things. And as I was thinking about it just now and what John was talking about, I was even thinking going to innovative toy companies like Mattel. I mean, maybe you can even get some really new innovative toys for the kids to play with that haven't hit the marketplace yet, and other types of things that are also trying to do a lot of the things that you're doing with the kids that you have in your school. I mean, you've got something very, very unique. You're probably also ready for not just local exposure, but national exposure, because during these troubling times and challenging times and kids at home and, teaching your own kids how to do things where parents were failing because they didn't know how to keep their kids motivated and creative and doing things while they were trying to work from home. I mean, there's a whole story you could tell. And in telling the story, I'd love to talk to you further about sponsorships, because I think sponsorships may feed into your organization in lots of ways. It may help you open other centers. You may get, let's say, a Mattel center or a Toys R Us center. Toys R Us isn't around anymore, but if you know what I'm saying, there's a whole bunch of opportunities that you can start hitting because you have so many success stories. And this is a really powerful presentation that can be changed so that you can go after some sponsorship money.
Thank you, Melinda. That is great. Yeah, we'll chat. And thank you so much for helping me.
You're welcome.
Great feedback as usual, Melinda. So Mary, you're up. And then Sarah, if you want to speak your comments.
Hi, Myosha, great job. I just had a quick thought. I see you, I can't see myself, but am I on?
Yes.
Okay, perfect. I see you're on Facebook, and I think you have LinkedIn. And I think LinkedIn is I don't think it's a bad thing for what you do. It could work. I don't know how much time you spend on that, but I have also understood that Pinterest and I haven't done it a lot yet. I got started, but whatever, we all have different things, but it is really, really a great mom's area. And I don't know, you'd want to investigate if you can, I don't know if there's like a hashtag to keep it local, but maybe local doesn't even matter. But literally all you have to do is take a picture of something you're doing, put it up there and make a comment. So that's just an idea if you're spending a little time on social media, whether or not you look into Pinterest.
Yeah, that's a great one. Actually, Pinterest, I am on Pinterest and the Tea Center is, but we have not spent a lot of time there, but it is a go-to place.
Yeah, and it is a go-to place. And I think once you sort of get, I literally think you kind of have to you have to attach a picture to what you're doing. And then once you kind of get in the habit of it, it might not be that hard and you can start to get some traction. That's it.
Thank you, Mary.
Thank you, Mary. Great feedback. Sarah, if you want to speak to some of the great comments you've been putting in chat.
Yeah, sorry, I'm pretty fired up about this one because I really, you know, I am your customer, so I want to give you as much value as I can. I belong to Vienna Moms Group. It's a Facebook group. That would be, I mean, there's always people looking for great childcare providers, pediatricians, things like that. So usually, you know, it depends on the business, right? But for me, I think Facebook is probably a really great place for you to break into those groups. Also, though, when I looked just now on your LinkedIn profile, I see Goddard School, Chesterbrook Academy, Kindercare, all of which I've been to. And I used to actually work as a teenager at Chesterbrook. And these are really big franchises. And I think you have an interesting story to say, what did you learn from these franchises and what made you leave? Because I know when I went to those franchises, I felt like I was a commodity, not a customer. And then I found that I could get the same price for a more family-oriented feel. And that's why I went with some of the more local daycares. And so, I mean, these are really big seals of approval of your background, of where you've been to a good credentialing. But I think it's also what kind of sets you apart. Like, you've had that experience, and how are you different from those? Because I know I really hated the way that I felt when I interviewed at those places for my children. So that's my feedback for you. And I did Google reviews as well. Like, just ask people for Yelp or Google reviews. Parents will do it. We really want to help other parents. So you have a unique model where you're going to get referrals, not because people want a financial incentive, but because they want to help other parents who are going through a similar thing of, you know, leaving their child. It's a very difficult thing to do. And so we always are willing to help other parents if we have a good experience.
Thank you, Sarah. I love to connect with you.
I reached out to you on LinkedIn, so.
Yeah.
Great, thank you, Sarah. I know that there's a whole bunch of comments, Myosha, in chat, so you can roll back to that a little bit later. I'm not seeing any more questions or comments, so I think we are ready for our final question. Right on time. Donnell, are you ready to ask our final question? Donnell? Mr. Johns? If not, I may ask Mr. John Rutenberg to ask our final question today. Calling all the Johns, Donnells and Rutenbergs. I'm gonna go to John you.
All right, I guess I'm the last John standing.
No, not the last John. You are a great John.
All right, Myosha, we want to thank you again for stepping up to fill in the gap we had for presenter, and we love what you do and how you are also part of 1MillionCups community. So the last question I have is for you is, what can 1MillionCups as a community do for you?
Thank you, John. Yes, you've given me such awesome feedback. I really got some, I did not expect being the last minute to step up to fill this gap to get such amazing feedback. And I did today, and I really appreciate all the feedback I got. I think that's a big thing. That kind of blew me away because you really helped me think outside the box. And I really appreciate that. That is what I really wanted, some really good feedback. I look forward to putting this into action and reaching out to some of the folks there. So I'm very grateful.
Awesome, Melinda.
All right,
take it
back
away
to you,
for the
Melinda.
last couple minutes.
Myosha, phenomenal job, especially with less than 24 hours to pull it all together. I mean, wow, you just wowed us. Want to welcome our brand ambassadors. We just started a brand ambassador program, and we've got Dan Lender, Gresham Harkness, John Foster, Sarah Condi, and Reggie Holmes. And if any of you are interested in learning more about becoming a brand ambassador, a few things that we're looking for. One is that you come to at least one meeting a month on a Wednesday, if you can. If you can't, we also understand that you help us look for speakers, because that's something that we need some help with right now and filling our pipeline. We are going to be providing you guys with a 1 Million Cups Fairfax flyer that that you can share. We're also going to highlight you on once a month on social media, and you're now part of our deck in the weekly presentations. If you're interested in this, why don't you put something into the chat and or click this link right now, and it'll take you to a page and you can come right back to where you are. That way you won't lose the link, or copy the link. We've had a lot of past presenters that have gone on and done great things. I know we shared the slide last week. Manifa actually not only had all these great things happen, but she also became part of, I think, a 10-week program with Macy's, which she is in the middle of right now. And Bon App Suite has had some nice, cool things going on at Walmart. And then the Land of Intelligence for Connectpreneur. Next week, we have Truth or and I wanted to find out a little bit more about them, so I included it in the deck. They're an education technology app that allows parents, teachers, and professors and students to instantly create and answer multiple choice questions on any subject, from kindergarten through college graduate courses. Mayusha, maybe something you may want to look at using. Right now we've got Truth or next week, and I heard that we do have somebody for the 28th. If anybody can just jump in and tell us who it is, that would be great. I don't remember who it was, but we've got folks in the pipeline, and we're looking for more people in the pipeline.
So just to update you, Melinda, July 28th will be Lisa Shapiro. And August 4th, Larry Rudwick. He's got an engineering product that's way